All right.
So Dandadan has been getting into controversy because, well, it has some scenes that people see as inappropriate and that type of stuff. It's always been, that way. Me personally, I find the show is weird. It is kind of freaky, as you can see from the stuff that we're showing on the screen here. And people are, going after the show again and saying, oh, okay, well, if anyone else were to do this, their show would be cancelled or the internet would be, in an uproar and all of these different things. I think the main thing that they're missing is the fact that this isn't glorification of SA, right? This is, as you say, bad guys just doing bad things. And I think that is perfectly fine in a story, Like, this guy here, this guy here says, if Ikimoto did this, the whole internet would be in outrage. And the reason why people say that is, because of this.
Because it's Ikimoto doing it, for one. But two, he's drawing a 12-year-old like that. Like, even when he aged up Sarada by what, 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
I still remember when that design first came out, and people said she looked like she was from the streets.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
That was whole ass.
And the thing is, it's like, me personally, I think they don't have to, do like this much, with the female characters. I think that, yes, okay, it's a bit heavy-handed, but I wouldn't say it's glorification. You got people trying to claim that the writer of Dandadan is, saying that it's okay for these things to happen to little girls and teenage girls and stuff, and I don't think that's the case at all. I think the person wrote a story where it's revolved around these characters in an inappropriate situation or set of circumstances, and I think that is fine. Like, at the end of the day, they're portraying bad guys doing bad things, and they're treating it that way. Those bad guys most times get their asses kicked, they get or even killed in the show. I don't think it's the same as saying, like, for instance, you could look at what I've said many times on this channel. Mushoku Tensei glorifies pedophilia in the show by rewarding the main character. This kid, who seems to be a kid, is actually 47 years old, inside the body of a kid, and then he's also molesting 9-year-olds. That is the difference between glorification and actually just having bad things happen to good characters. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So, besides, in Dandadan, they also have scenes like when the main cast were caught naked in like the school, and then the teacher literally just stepped in because she thought some bullying was happening and all that.
Right. And to me, it's like they go out of their way to try and show you that this is not, like, we're not trying to make this scene here a good thing. They're not trying to make it a good thing. They're not trying to say, oh, this is amazing for this character or anything like that. I think these people are just literally grasping at straws. We have this guy here saying here, he says, kinda tired of the way people depict Dandadan as if we're glorifying moments like these. People watch Guts get SA'd as a child and say it's important. Denji gets taken advantage of and they keep reading. Misato manipulates Shinji with her body and it's a deep meaning, but then they're trying to cancel Dandadan because of this type of stuff. And this is a very good point that this guy made here. I really do agree with this, because while we do have people who see it this way, there's a small number of individuals, absolute fucking weirdos like this guy. I think his name is Ciclet. He is a Griffith fan, and he justifies Griffith's actions, including the sexual assault of Casca. Like, weirdos like that. I understand if those people were saying this is okay and you want to go after those people. I would completely understand. But that's not the case. Same here. That's not the case. You're just grabbing a screenshot and trying to pretend the entire show is like fucking terrible.
It's not really. Dandadan is like self-aware on those circumstances, but it's also humorous in other parts, and also it can be sad and tragic, if I'm being completely honest here. Like, I never see people talk about Dandadan in a substantive story matters or its world building for real.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually kind of sad, especially since if we're talking about other shows like Evangelion with Misato and Shinji,
Mm-hmm.
people will just like try to justify that part and still go for Misato. Makima at least gets consequences that she deserves when she was like manipulating Denji. And Denji also gets taken advantage of in like other instances, but Makima is to me is the main one.
Yeah.
And Griffith for sure is a bad guy, and anyone who defends him is a fucking weirdo for real.
I mean, just look at the guy. Of course he's a weirdo. Like, just look at him, bro.
Same
He's a
as
freaking
what do you expect?
dude. Looks like, and the thing is, the funny thing is, all of them kind of have like the same look. You know, this Chibi Reviews guy, I think he's a massive weirdo as well, because he says things that in my opinion glorifies what's happening in shows like Mushoku Tensei. So a lot of people, they don't understand, they use the word glorification and they don't understand it, so I have the description on screen here. It says the action of describing or representing something as admirable, especially unjustifiably, and Chibi Reviews 100% talks about Rudius in a very, very admirable way. Right? He tries to claim that, he tries to claim that Rudius is such a good guy for, you know, doing all of this character development, but the truth of the matter is that character never develops past being a fucking pedophile, okay? So all of the praise he gives that character is glorifying pedophilia, okay? It's crazy to me, and they pretend that that's not the case. What were you gonna say?
Whereas Dandadan literally gives consequences to every single one of the spirits who just like assault Momo. Yeah. And literally most of them either get killed or something.
You know, I should have probably pulled up the scene where this evil looking guy here gets his butt kicked, because like he actually does get the crap beat out of him. I think it's inside of these replies here, if I can find it. Let me see. I think it's right here. Yeah, there it is. Look at this.
There it is. Fuck yeah.
And the thing is, I gotta keep pausing here because obviously I don't want to get copyright striked. But as you can see on screen, this freak pervert, the disgusting spirit guy, gets the shit beat out of him. All of them do. And it's not glorified in any way. Like, we're not gonna see them have a happy ending with her. They're not gonna groom her and make her into their wives like some people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, the thing is that there's people like this, right? There's these freaks, right? Like some of these individuals, this guy here, Nero, I've made a video talking about him as well. He's a big Chibi Reviews fan. Him and this entire group of people, they're fucking clowns. Because look at what he says. He says, THR animators didn't need to go this hard for this scene. And he's basically, again, you know, he's showing this. And then this person here says, why can no one successfully R-word her? Let me in there and I'll get it done. Him and his entire group, all of these fucking fans of these types of people, this is how they talk. Because these are the weirdos. And as I said in my video about Chibi Reviews, these freaks are the reason why anime fans get a bad reputation. These fucking losers, these social rejects, are the reason why when you say you're an anime fan in like to like normal people, they start looking at you sideways because of people like these fucking clowns, like these types of clowns, these types of degenerates, man. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, you want to read the next one?
You guys will crap on Dandadan, but we'll gloss over the weird stuff in your favorite anime, or even defend it. Also, I'm tired of people getting upset that a character who's supposed to be evil does something evil that isn't just murder. Go watch Steven Universe. I haven't watched that show, and I don't plan to. But like, if it were me, I would legit criticize any one weird thing that happens in an anime and admit that it's weird, including my absolute cinemas or peak fictions. And I have before. But then like, when people just like, I think today people are just brain rotted from like just the generic murder shit. If it were anything else, probably just defend it or something. Like, I have a feeling that people will just like are just crossing the line over murder.
Yeah.
And they need to reevaluate their standards. I'm being completely honest here.
The thing is with these clowns is like, okay, I found it. This is the one I was looking for. This is the modern audience when the bad guy does bad things. They're like, wah! And I say this because I was about to bring up this, like, Ascension is my comic. You already know some of the stuff that happens in the story, and the thing is that there are a bunch of very bad people in my story. There's people who do human trafficking. There's people who do like sex slavery, and they kidnap young boys and girls and force them into sex slavery. Like, all of these things do happen. It doesn't make me some type of individual who likes those things. No, I'm telling a dark fantasy story, so of course there's gonna have dark things happening in said story. These people are just freaking overly sensitive morons.
I remember how, like, the High Evolutionary from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 just like destroyed our whole ass planet with innocent people in there. That is his next civilization. And there were some people who were acting as if him doing that was like a bad thing for the story, when really it's just the character being the character, which is the bad guy of the story.
Exactly.
In my story, I also have villains who either do drug trafficking, who just straight up manipulate people, gaslight them. There's a character who specifically has perfect memory, and one of the bad guys just absolutely abuses her every second of her day.
Right.
She remembers all of that. I am not glorifying it in any aspect. It's a big ass tragedy for the character. There's another character as well who has a mom who just constantly tries to find a minor inconvenience in her life, and is the leading cause of all of it. Some reverse flash ass energy.
Yeah, she's just constantly bringing this. Is okay. So you're talking about Akira.
Yes. And that character, Izanami, gets her consequences, rightfully so, in every aspect. She is not justified in any way, if I'm being honest here.
Exactly. I think this is the problem with these freaking morons, man, because, like, I think these people, like, these freaks here, this person's show, I think these people are a lot of the times, like, look at this is like 4,000 likes. This has 4,000 likes. You know, 95,000 people saw this. So when people see these absolute freaks start talking about weirdo shit in the anime, they start instantly like generalizing, right? So like this guy, for instance, this guy said, y'all niggas would riot if Berserk came out today, lol. Because it's true.
They would.
You know, almost every few months there's always like a new Berserk controversy, and I've covered quite a few of them on my channel, and it's pretty much a cycle of the exact same shit over and over. This guy here says, it's so weird to me that there's this new trend of showing evil people doing evil things in media and having people go, that's problematic, actually. Yeah, they're fucking bad guys. The dude looks like a like he looks like a fucking monster, right? It's not even subtext. And to me, again, you just look at the freaking image, man. It's very simple if you have any level of critical thinking skills, that this is some type of either possessed person or evil person. He doesn't look like a good guy. And the thing is, they'll complain about this, but then they'll defend Mushoku Tensei, they'll defend Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter, they'll defend Griffith, because these people, again, are morons. They're weirdos and degenerates. You know, they pick and choose what to get angry about, you know, and it's just crazy to me, man. You have any final thoughts?
For me personally, please don't cancel Dandadan over this stupid shit.
It's not
right
gonna
here.
get cancelled. These people have no power. They're a bunch of losers. They're a bunch of untalented people, and as I always say, the most useless, untalented people on the planet, they make the most noise, right? So yeah.
Just like what Taikubo said one time.
Exactly, yeah. You know, instead of like maybe they go and write something of their own, create something of their own, but that's too hard. It's just easier to sit and complain and criticize other people's work. That it's just easier to do that.
But please, I don't want Dandadan to get canceled. To me, it's a funny show. It's also pretty tragic. Great world building that has inspired me. I really love the concept of like how the gods function and their limitations.
Right.
I love the fight scenes. I like the music. I like the animation.
Yeah.
Sure, it has weird scenes, but not one of it is glorification, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they could definitely.
And, hold on.
Go ahead.
And for me personally, I wouldn't mind having some more shows like this, but it's kind of hard to come out because these people just make it so hard to just look at a show and then speak your praises about it, because they'll just bring up it's like flaws, quote unquote, massive quotations, and then just act like the show should just be canceled as a result.
I think the main thing that they can benefit from is if they do a lot less of the lewd shots. That's the one thing I will say with Dandadan that is not... I don't very much enjoy seeing that pushed in my face a lot of the times, you know, like a lot of the crotch shots, a lot of the upskirt shots, you know, I think that's unnecessary. And it's a part of the reason why anime like this kind of gets labeled in the way that it is. Because at the end of the day, you don't lose anything if you don't show that. The show will be just as good without that type of fan service. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, if you'll agree with what we said in this video, leave a like and subscribe. Help me get to 3,000 subs. And go follow my boy Shinigami on Twitter. He's on Twitter. He loves Bleach, and he's also working on his own manga as well. So, yeah. Besides that, you'll have a good rest of your day.